Hi everybody, this is video number 4. You have seen video 1, 2 and 3 before. This is a series of videos that I made to show you the first 4 steps in the accounting cycle. Okay, you have seen that the first step is analysis, the second step is journal, the third step is preparing the ledger, and then the fourth step here is preparing a trial balance. Okay, like I told you earlier, when you do a step in the accounting cycle, you have to refer to the previous step. So when you do this step 4, you have to refer to step 3. Okay, this is step 3. Step 3 is the step where you prepare the accounts, or you transfer journal entries into the accounts. Okay, first thing first, what is a trial balance? A trial balance is a list of all accounts with their balances. When you prepare trial balance, you have to show all the debit balances and credit balances for all accounts, and then you have to calculate the total. If the total of the debit side equal to the total of the credit side, then you can say that the recording process that you have done is correct. If you found that the total number in the debit side does not equal to the number in the credit side, then there is something wrong in the recording process that you have done in step 1 or step 2 or step 3. So the main reason a trial balance is prepared is to check whether the recording process is correct or not. Okay, this is the format of the trial balance. Okay, you have to list all the accounts with their balances. So this is the trial balance. You have to list all the accounts here, and you have to show balances for all the accounts. So the balance can be in the debit side or in the credit side. Okay, so now these are the accounts. These are the accounts that we have prepared. Trial balance, step 4. Okay, first you have to list all these accounts in the trial balance and show their balances. The way to list the accounts is like this. You have to list assets first, and then liabilities, and then accounts related to the equity, the owner's equity. Okay, so now we have to identify. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts in the ledger. So to make the preparation of the trial balance easy, you have to identify the type of the account. So cash is an asset, capital is related to equity, equipment is an asset, supplies is an asset, bank loan is a liability, account receivable is an asset, and revenue is related to equity. Okay, so now you know the type of each account. So now remember, I have told you, when you want to list all the accounts in the trial balance, you have to list assets first. So you have to start with the current asset. So the first current asset that you can see here is the cash. So you write the name of the account, cash, and then you check the ending balance. So I highlighted the ending balance. Here the ending balance is 23,500 in the credit side of the account. When you list this cash account in the trial balance, you have to show the balance in the debit side. So now here it is credit, but in the trial balance you have to show it in the debit side. 23,500. Okay, that is the first current asset, and which equipment is a non-current asset, you also keep it there first. And then the second current asset that you should write is the account receivable. So write account receivable. Account receivable, the balance is 100, so you write here 100. You have to list the accounts according to the liquidity of the account. So cash is the most liquid asset, so you should show cash first, and then I think the account receivable is the second most liquid asset. Then you show the account receivable, and let's see the next one. The next one is supplies. Supplies is also a current asset, so you write here supplies. The balance is 500, and then the least liquid asset or the non-current asset is the equipment, so you write the equipment. The equipment, the balance is 6,000. And then, okay, so you have listed all the assets, so you can tick all the assets. Make sure you have listed all the assets account. And then the second thing is you have to list all the liabilities. So there is only one liability in this example, so the liability is bank loan. Okay, bank loan, see here, bank loan, the ending balance is 10,000, and the balance is in the debit side. So when it is in the debit side in the account, you have to show it in the credit side in the trial balance. So bank loan $10,000. Okay, so you tick this one, make sure you transferred everything, and then there are two accounts related to equity, capital and revenue. Okay, you have to show capital first. You have to show capital. The balance is to 20,000. Debit, here you show it in the credit side, 20,000. If you have a withdrawal account, then you have to show withdrawal, but we have no withdrawal here. So the next thing is we show the revenue. Okay, you list the revenue in the trial balance. The amount is 100 here, debit. Here you have to write it in the credit side. And then if you have expenses account, you have to list all the expenses account after you write the revenue here. Okay, so we have only 7 accounts. Actually, I made a very simple example. The main purpose of showing you this simple example is to show you the flow. You have to see the flow from step 1, step 2, and step 3, and now step 4. The most important thing is you can see the flow and you can see the logic. After this, you can search for other exercise questions in the textbook or other sources. You can do other questions. I hope you can do that question because you know the flow and the steps that you have seen in this video. Okay, after you have listed all the account with their balances, you can now calculate the total in the debit side and the credit side. So if you calculate the total, for this sample question, the total is 30,100. and 30,100. Like I said earlier, one of the purpose of preparing the trial balance is to check whether the recording process that you have done in step 1 and 2 and 3 are correct or not. So in most of the time, if the total number in the debit side equal to the total number in the credit side, most of the time the recording process is correct. There are several exceptions, but most of the time this number equal to this number, then you know that the recording process that has been done is okay. Thank you very much. You can subscribe this channel so that you can see future videos.